Before we dive into today's episode, I want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. And here's a disclaimer. The content shared in the Happy Hormones Coach podcast is for informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult with a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet, exercise, or health routine. The opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the host and guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of any healthcare organizations. Enjoy the episode. Hey, welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach, the podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Gamayo Self, where I dive into everything related to women's health and lifestyle and, you know me, holistically. So join me, your host, as we explore the intricacies of female hormones, discuss tips and strategies for managing stress and anxiety, and discover ways to live a healthier and happier, more fulfilling life. From nutrition to fitness, mindfulness to relationships, I cover it all. So please grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's dive into the world of women's health together. This is the Happy Hormones Coach. Breaking down stress and truly recharging. Welcome back to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast, where we explore holistic health and functional fitness tailored for professional midlife perimenopausal women. I'm your host, Jennifer Gamayo Self, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. So in today's episode, it's all about breaking down stress and truly finding a way to recharge. I know how busy and stressful life can get, especially for professional women, managing careers, family, and everything in between. So let's dive right into practical, everyday strategies that can help you manage stress and find that much needed recharge. First, let's understand what stress actually is. Stress is your body's response to any demand or challenge. While some stress can be beneficial, helping you stay alert and perform under pressure, chronic stress can take a toll on your health. Symptoms of chronic stress include headaches, muscle tension, fatigue, anxiety, and yes, even pesky hormonal imbalances. So let's start with some quick stress relief techniques that you can use anytime, anywhere. And I know this is super helpful because a lot of women I work with are busy professionals, and it's hard to get any me time or self-care, let alone stress reduction techniques or stress management in your busy day. So some of these are really good because you can use it anywhere. And so one thing I like to do is deep breathing, and it's one of the fastest ways to calm your mind and your body, and that's through deep belly breaths. So just try this. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for 4 seconds, and then slowly exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. And you can repeat this several times until you feel more relaxed. And this just gives what I like to call resets during the day to your nervous system. And it is one of the fastest ways to just, get that calm throughout your whole body. And another one is stretching. So you could take a few minutes to stretch your body. Simple stretches can can release muscle tension and increase your blood flow. And that's what we all want, that good circulation. So try reaching for the sky, touching your toes, or doing some gentle neck rolls. And then next is mini meditation. So you can find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and focus on your breath for just a few minutes and let go of any thoughts and simply just be present. You can do this in your car at lunch. You can do this on your walk. You can do it anywhere, really. Even if you have to take a restroom break during the day just to get time alone for just a few seconds, it's going to really help. And this, like I said, could be done anywhere, even at your desk. So wherever you can find peace and solitude, even just for a few seconds. So now let's talk about daily habits that can help reduce stress in the long run. So you've heard me talk about this many of times, but it's the number one, is prioritize sleep. Getting enough quality sleep is crucial. And so you should aim for about 7 to 9 hours per night. But again, we have women who work the night shifts, who work like different weird hours. And so you just really want to get enough good quality sleep for you. And so that way you wake up feeling rested and not tired, because that's what we don't want. And so just creating a bedtime routine or wind down routine, what I like to call, that includes just winding down at least an hour before bed, sometimes two. Turn off screens, dim the lights, and do something relaxing, whether it's meditation, whether it's prayer, whether it's just doing nothing, or even taking a warm bath. That's going to help your wind down time. And so the second thing is eating healthy. So your diet, it does play a big role in how you handle stress. And our digestive system is one of our biggest stressors in our body. And so that is a stress that we deal with all the time, and it's just automatic, but it is one of the biggest stressors. So the more that we can do to help our body, help our digestive system, the more it will work for us. And so eating a balanced diet rich in whole foods, so like fruits, veggies, proteins, whole grains, anything that you are not intolerant to, but that's going to be super helpful. And obviously, I will say too much caffeine and sugar, which can spike your stress levels and all that fun stuff. So really just keeping it in balance and eating for fuel. And another one is regular exercise. So any physical activity into your daily routine is going to help. It does not have to be intense. I am not saying go out and get a gym membership. That's not at all what I'm saying. You can get a really good workout at home if you need to. Just about 20 to 30 minutes a day, even a 30-minute walk or 20-minute walk can do wonders for your mood and stress levels. So find any activity that you enjoy, whether it's, Pilates, which I personally like, dancing, cycling, anything like that is going to really help. And another one that we all need to work on, myself included, is time management. So really being organized and decluttering any office space that you are in most of the time during your day, as much as you can help it, can reduce stress significantly. And, use a planner. I'm one of those old school ones that, yes, I have my calendar on my phone that I live by, but I also have a paper calendar that I love. So there's different varieties. I'm an old school paper and pen type of girl. And so using any of that to help schedule your tasks, even if if you live by your calendar, even putting in water breaks or snack breaks or stretching breaks, reminding yourself to get up. Any of that, put it all on your calendar, and that's going to help. And even it's going to help to break down bigger projects into smaller, more manageable steps. And so don't forget to schedule time for yourself. That's super important while you're putting in your tasks and your to-dos. Put in some self-care time. Put in some you time. That's going to make a significant impact. And as we all know, your mindset and attitude towards stress can make a big difference. So even if we don't feel like we're under stress, we could be one of those ones, and I was like that until it caught up with me, and it will always catch up with you. So if you think, well, I don't feel like I'm under stress, this is just my normal, on the go, everything just being busy, and just on the go, right? How many of you can relate? I know this was me before, and especially when I worked in the medical field, I was just always constantly busy, but I didn't feel stressed. That was just my normal. Then years later, it caught up to me in my health, and I realized, no, that is not the normal, and that you do have to make time for yourself, and you do have to realize that stress is a big deal. It's a very big deal, especially as we get older. And so even though we may feel like we're not under stress, we actually are. And so we can try to reframe. So positive thinking is one, and I don't mean the, magical, fluffy clouds and rainbows and always positive, that harmful positive thinking. That's not what I'm talking about. Keep some realism in there. But I always like to say to try to reframe. I love reframing any negative thoughts into more positive ones. So instead of thinking, I cannot handle this, try telling yourself, and even breathing when you tell yourself, that I can do this and I will take it one step at a time. And positive affirmations, anything similar to that, can boost your confidence and reduce your stress. And so I highly recommend doing that. Reframing is really good, and mindset is something that we all can work on. It's always a work in progress. And so even gratitude. So take a few minutes each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. You can write it down, even 3 things you appreciate in life. You can do this in the morning when you wake up just to get your day started as part of your morning routine. You can do it at night even, or just during the day. If you need to step outside and you're in one of those moods or it's really stressful, just step outside, take some deep breaths, and just look around you and just think of things to be grateful for and say it in your mind, or even say it out loud or whisper it, and it's going to help. But focusing on the positive can shift your mindset and, of course, drastically reduce stress that way, especially if you're in the middle of anything. And so this one is a big one. And this one I have had to learn and relearn and relearn. And it's just something that's really important. It almost should be up in our top priority. But setting boundaries. So learning to say no. It's okay to turn down requests. And it's okay to delegate tasks when you're feeling overwhelmed. It is okay. Again, it does not make you feel, it's not a weakness. You just need, if there's too much on your plate, say there's too much on my plate, not right now, or delegate where you can. Just really protect your time and your energy by setting clear boundaries with others. If you don't set boundaries, and I have learned this the hard way so many times when I was working in the medical field, I was the go-to because I was the one who got stuff done. And I was the one who took care of things and was always on top of things. That's not a bragging right. That's actually something I should have. There was a lot of things I should have said no to. And it would have actually helped me probably now in the long run. So learn from my experience, and even maybe your own in your life, is just to just delegate. And if you are already overwhelmed with your own tasks, then just say no. And it's okay. Or you can say yes. It's the opposite too. Or you can say yes. So boundaries is for not just work, but it's also for family time. It's for friends. It's for anything. It's, having your schedule, having your time. You have to realize that you need time for yourself as well. So in even, apart from your family, you have to take some time out for yourself, whatever that looks like, however long. But you have to. So protect your space, protect your energy and your mind, and just make some time for you. And that's what I'll just kind of briefly say about that. But let's talk about truly recharging your body and your mind, because they are connected. Let's disconnect to reconnect, right? We need to unplug from time to time. And it doesn't necessarily mean from technology, but I would suggest that you unplug from technology regularly. Take a break from your phone, computer, TV, even especially, and I will say this again and again, especially social media. It's always good to detox from social media for a while, to just take a break from it. You're going to find yourself just doing so much more, being more productive, and just feeling more relaxed and better. So I really suggest that. And use that time to connect with yourself, doing what you love, or your loved ones, your families, and just take the time to, just relax. So definitely disconnecting is going to help. And any mindful activity, so engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. It could be anything that you enjoy. Painting, and what I've always wanted to try is the sip and paint, and so that's one that I will explore. I know I have not done that yet, but that's something that I would like. And for you, it could be anything. It could be listening to music, reading, anything that helps you, makes you happy and helps you unwind. And the last one for that is self-care. So you can create any self-care like rituals. So anything that you look forward to, maybe daily or weekly. And it could be a spa night at home. You don't have to spend money on it. Just take time for you. It could be a massage, a daily cup of your favorite drink, whatever that is, but you have to make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine. And that has to be one about setting boundaries in your time. And so remember that managing stress and finding time to recharge, it is essential for your overall well-being, especially during perimenopause, and even menopause and prior to that. At any age and stage, we have to incorporate these techniques because it will, believe me, from experience, it will catch up to you in the long run. And by implementing these simple, practical strategies into your life, you'll notice that they do make a difference, and you'll notice what difference they make. It's all about small steps. And I really did want to talk about this as part of because stress is such a big thing, and especially everything going on in the world right now, that we have to find time for us. And, however that looks like for you, but incorporating these things that you can do on the go, that you can do at home, it doesn't take a lot of time, energy or money, but it actually will help you in the long run. It'll help you even now, especially doing the breathing. Try it and see what you like. See what you can incorporate as part of your daily morning routine or even nightly routine. So thank you so much for joining me today on the Happy Hormones podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with other women who might benefit from these tips. And don't forget to subscribe or follow to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And we are also on YouTube. So until next time, remember to take care of yourself and keep those hormones happy. Thanks for tuning in to the Happy Hormones Coach today. I hope our discussion was informative and helpful for your health and well-being. If you have any questions or comments about today's episode or have suggestions for future topics, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can find me on social media or visit my website. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a review and sharing it with your friends and family. Remember, taking care of yourself is essential, and I'm here to support you on your journey toward optimal health and happiness. So until next time, stay happy and stay healthy. This is the Happy Hormones Coach.